he knows something's going on. Needed that putt.
Oh, another one. Nice. Right in the heart of the chains.
I just love that technique, that up and down technique. Kenny Climo uses it, Barry Schultz uses it, and Ken Frank has been using it to great success here.
And Ken's mentioned there. Nice finish.
Steve.
Nice finish.
Well, we are winding down here. This is the next to last hole, so let's see where we stand. Well, Nick picked up another stroke.
Nick 2 strokes ahead, and it's still a tight bunch there chasing Nick.
The thing to remember, though, is Nick is going to finish on a par 5 on hole 1, being in the second card. So,
Basket 21, John. We've got 350 feet, a par 4, and it's looking exciting here in Philly down the stretch.
This is a challenging hole, too, Carl. This is a little bit, the fairway is lined by trees, but it's long, so
Steve gets an early kick off a tree and gets some good forward momentum.
I think Steve might have overthrown there a little bit. I think he was going for the hole-in-one to see if he can catch up, but didn't quite work out. Ken is taking a right side of the fairway here.
Good skip,
wow.
High skip, and look at that. He's not that far away.
You can just see the force behind that disc, though, when it's skipped up there. That's incredible. Looks like the pros are taking the right side of the fairway down and trying to hyzer it into the basket, but Terry got a little bit of resistance.
Yeah, the base of the tree stopped that from skipping.
Nate knows he needs something real big here.
And he goes down the middle, John. Nice S shot. Look at that one.
Oh, Nate,
what
that's
a nice
big
finish.
for him.
Beautiful.
You can see his familiarity with the course there. He knew exactly what disc to pull out of his bag, a little bit unstable, and it worked out great for him.
Great execution.
You can see with our right-hand throw, that's just the natural flight of the disc. They're taking that in, then finishes from right to left. Big putt for Ken.
Once again, in a happy camper. Nicely done.
He's in a real zone now with that
Absolutely.
putt. It's a great finish for him. This is a big play for Nick here. He is trying to finish up with a great hole because he knows he is in contention for something big.
Wow, he wanted to just slide by that last tree.
If he did, that could have been the difference in the event for him. We'll see how it turns out. Nate for a deuce. Oh, that's huge
right
for
in the
him.
heart of the chains. Nice finish there.
Well, it's out of Nate's hands now. He did everything he possibly could, and it's going to be how Nick finishes up on hole 1.
All right, Steve Brinster's going to finish out here.
Unique putting style for Steve.
And great focus. And he finishes out. He had a little trouble with that putt last year.
Yeah, that's been a tough putt for Steve, but he buried it this year. Nice to see that. Nick
yeah, he's kind of mad at himself. He kind of.
Well, I think he knows some big things are happening with this game. I think he put a little pressure on himself there.
And oh, that's great.
However it ends up, if it ends up in the basket, it ends up in the basket. And here's Nick with a familiar look. I think he had exactly the same look last year.
Well, it looks like a turbo putt. Wow, look at that.
I am really shocked to see him take that kind of putt there.
After those last 2 throws.
Well, here it is. This is a look at last year's shot for Nick. He's
about the same position, a little further back.
Conditions are a little different, though. It's rainy, and he came up short last year, but I guess that turbo putt was the answer.
And that was the difference last year.
And look what we have here. We have a tie.
Tied after regulation, 2 rounds, and we're going to go right into sudden death playoff, John.
Yes, we are. Nate and Nick, 2 good friends, will be battling it out.
And we had this last year as well.
We did. We had Steve and Nick, but this year it's 2 good friends, Nate and Nick, battling it out for the 2008 Philly Open.
Wow, what an exciting round, John. We've got Nick Schneider playing a card back from the lead group, fought his way back to tie it. Now we're into the playoffs, sudden death.
It's really something. What a great talent Nick is. And this is familiar territory for Nick, Carl. He is now in a sudden death playoff. Last year it was against Steve Brinster in torrential downpour. This year it's going to be against Nate Cron, a fellow Sedgleyite, in beautiful conditions. They're going to start on hole 7, one of the field holes we have here at the Philly Open, and it's going to give all the spectators a chance to see these 2 battle it out.
Should be a real exciting finish, John.
Hi, I'm Brian Schwarberger, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.
Planning a home renovation? Put this at the top of your to-do list. Because after 10 years, none of you are protected against tetanus and another potentially fatal disease, diphtheria. A minor injury, such as a cut or a scrape, can put you at risk for a tetanus infection. And while safety gear offers some protection, an up-to-date vaccination called the TD booster is the best insurance against tetanus. So get the TD booster. If it's been 10, do it again.
And we're back. The first playoff hole, basket 7, 290 feet, a par 3. And we're off to another exciting playoff, John.
This is a brand new hole for the Philly Open. This is the first time we've used this hole. The reservoir is on the left side, and this is really important to keep your disc low, which it looks like Nate has done. And look at this shot.
Great shot right by the basket. He's got to like that. Nick's got to answer here.
I think Nick likes this situation, though. He likes the pressure. Look at that beautiful follow-through.
Absolutely.
That's about as straight.
They're calling for, oh, he hits the pole on the fly. Almost had the ace, John. That's excitement. You could hear the crowd.
You know, I'm getting such a kick out of it. Nate and Nick battle it out all the time together. They're good friends, and they know each other's game so well. And this is like, I can do you one better.
All right, so we move on to the second playoff hole. Pair of birdies there. Now we're on basket 8, 410 feet, par 4.
This is a relatively simple hole. This is 410 feet, but it's a wide open field on the right. All they got to do is hyzer it in and get close to the basket.
He got some airtime on that, and he's not too far away.
A little bit short. He left himself about 20 feet. Oh, look, that's
Nick's a little bit lower than.
That is a low throw. And it looks like
he
rushed that throw a little bit, Carl, and that's going to leave him a very, very tough putt to try to keep pace here.
Well, the crowd is looking on with anticipation to see if Nick can pull it out here.
It's a big putt for Nick.
Just settled a little short and dropped the bottom dropped out of that one, John.
Nick knows he has left the door open now for Nathan Cron to capture the 2008 Philly Open Championship. Let's see what Nate does with this opportunity right here.
Pulls the trigger and puts it in. Great finish.
Oh, boy. He hit that pole so hard it almost bounced out. But
another great playoff, John. That was fabulous. Look at the friends congratulating each other on a great event.
They're great players. They were both in the US DGC last year, and they will be battling it out for years to come.
We're going to the break.
What? What's the joke? What's so funny?
John, that was an exciting finish. Sudden death playoff. Hats off to Nathan Cron on a big victory. And Nick just comes one short once again.
Well, Nick came one stroke short again this year, but congratulations to him. What a great charge he made at the end just to get himself in that position. Nathan Cron is our 2008 Philly Open champion this year. But I got to tell you, Carl, it wasn't just about our great performers in the Open division. We had players from 12 to 72 years old. We had all kind of skill categories represented. It was a great celebration of disc golf through and through. And we had a couple first times this year at the Philly Open. We had Jesse Dunn winning the Advanced Amateur Women's Division. Congratulations to you, Jesse. Great performance. And I'll tell you what, Sandal Parrish got her first ace of her career at the Philly Open. And she was really thrilled about it, especially because that's her home course. So what a great event it was through and through, Carl.
Well, and John, I got to congratulate you on another well-run disc golf tournament.
Thank you.
Really nice job. I'm Carl Kubich for Dr. John Dusler. We're going to wrap up this month's portion of Disc Golf Monthly. But next month, we're going to cover a great tournament, the Boulder Bash Tournament at Quaker Challenge. Should be a good time, John.
Sure will be.
For Disc Golf Monthly, the show that takes you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.